So you're with the Freedom Party?
Yeah, my name is Ted Harmon. I'm with the Freedom Party of Ontario. It's been around for a long time, and I think now people may take notice because they value their freedom much more than before. I represent Brampton South.
Okay. So what does the party stand for?
Well, the party stands for just the name itself, freedom, but not just any kind of freedom, freedom based on individual rights, which are charter freedoms, which is the primary right in Canada's charter. And we believe in the right to life, liberty, security of the person. And we will not deviate from this principle whatsoever, not one iota.
So what are your feelings about these lockdowns right now?
Well, they're first of all, morally, they're repugnant, they're rotten, they're wrong, they're immoral. Essentially, they are destructive for the economy. Everybody knows that, especially the small merchants. And they've got to be stopped. There's no justification for it because scientifically, as far as I understand, and a lot of professionals understand, there's no scientific basis for what the government is doing.
So we're going to institute these vaccine passports. They have them in New York, they have them in Ontario, or they're coming to Canada. What would be your stance on that?
This, if anything, I would encourage Canadians across, people across Canada. This is the line you must not cross. You must not allow this to happen, because if you go back in history, if you know anything about the Chinese history, Mao Zedong and the Communist Party moving forward instituted rice certificates, little tiny stamps that people could not eat in the cities or in China without this rice certificate. They had to survive in the black market. And these health certificates are the same thing. It's even worse because it's digital. Yep. You won't be able to do anything. They'll expand these health certificates to include going into a washroom, for Christ's sake, going into Parliament, going into any store, going into any arena. They may even not allow you into any parks unless you have this health certificate. It's very totalitarian, if I can say that. It really is. It's going to be total, complete, and absolute.
Yeah, it's true. This is why they have to stop now. Now's the time to stand up, because they're violating so many charter rights codes and crimes against humanity. And we can't keep on just funding. That's why the End the Lockdown Caucus is good. We got people like Derek Sloan, Maxime Bernier, Peter Laviolette, Roma Babar, that nurse MD that's on Twitter all the time. We got all these people speaking out, over 60 members. So now's the time to stand up. You know, we can't stand for communism. We were born free by God. He gave us our freedoms, no government. So that's the way we gotta look at it. So we gotta fight for it, like Brother Ted said. Vaccine passport is just another, like a Chinese credit score, like in China. Yeah. And then pretty much that's the way they control pretty much your wealth, everything, your assets, what you do, where you go. So I know I don't want to live in that type of environment. I was born free, and I don't want this generation to go through it, or I don't want, if I get to have kids, I don't want my kids going through that, or the next generation going through that same dictatorship, communism process. So.
Well said. And obviously it's interesting because we have Pierre Trudeau, who formulated our Charter of Rights. He gave us our rights. And now we have his son, you know, egregiously breaking our rights, our mobility rights.
The CCP has a lot of influence on Canada, other places too, the Chinese Communist Party. I'm not saying in a racist way, but it's true. They got a lot of leverage.
The army is here,
and you see it everywhere, how they got a lot of influence to bring stuff from there and bring it over to here. And Trudeau's always liked how China does things. So if that doesn't give you red flags, then I don't know what else could, right? So Canadians really got to be like your American counterparts, stand up and fight, like they fight for their amendments. Right?
So you're with the Freedom Party?
No, but I support the Freedom Party because, like my brother Ted here, and I support the party because what they do and what they stand for is what every Canadian should be fighting for.
Perfect.